spring has sprung here at Dublin Chevy Nissan in Dublin, Georgia. Our inventory is blooming with new Pathfinders, Frontiers, Yukons, and Tahoes. And with spring break coming up, there's never a better time to come into our award-winning service department for a checkup. And remember, Doug sells service well. With that spring trip coming up, there's never a better time to find a new or pre-owned SUV. If you see an HD or a Tahoe on our lot or online, don't wait or you'll miss out. Hurry in to Dublin Chevy Nissan.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter. Member FDIC.
Well, good evening all and welcome to this year's spring concert. We are so excited and thrilled to have you all with us here tonight. Just a few in-house little rules, I guess you'd say rules, regulations, something of the like. Please go ahead and silence your cell phones if you've not done so already. When taking pictures, please take all the pictures you want to. Try to refrain from flash photography because that could be a little distracting to catch the eye here and there. We are so very thrilled to showcase everything we've worked hard on. I tell you, they have just been going at it like crazy this semester, especially near this end with everything starting to come to a close. Summer's almost here. I could not be more impressed by their dedication, by pushing through whether it's stress and tests and other work, or fatigue, or allergies, like literally everything that could plague a musician. They have just shown up and showed out time and time again, and I'm just looking forward for y'all to be able to hear what we have to present to us tonight. So without further ado, we'll continue with our next song entitled My Funny Valentine.
Dr. Avery and Dr. Chuckapella are glad to announce the opening of Central Georgia Primary Care right next to Paul's Tire at 230 Industrial Boulevard. At Central Georgia Primary Care, we offer highly skilled physicians with compassionate, personalized care focused on each individual patient as our top priority every single day. Our physicians have devoted a lifetime of excellence in healthcare. It's Central Georgia Primary Care, bringing state-of-the-art healthcare right here at home.
For this next portion, we're going to have a couple of special songs for you tonight. Earlier this year, about mid-spring, around March, we took several of our vocalists to the literary competition. This is basically a competition where you have drama programs, you have choir kids coming all out from around Georgia and to come and participate in. It's essentially a competition. The categories we brought were girls solo, girls trio, and boys solo. Our lady for the girls solos this year was Miss Kaylee Scott. For trio, we had Emily Asbell, Rebecca Thomas, and Cassidy Taylor. No, wait. Wow. I forgot. Sorry. Brianna Wheeler, Rebecca Thomas, and Cassidy Taylor. See, what happens when the end of the semester comes to a close, everyone's brain sort of gets rattled a little bit, so sorry about that, folks. And then for our boys soloist, we have Mr. Evan, or his classmates like to call him Tortellini, Wyatt. Each of them did an extremely fabulous job. We actually also brought Evan to state, and he ranked third out of a very, very tough competition. So we're going to bring each and every one of them tonight. I asked them to perform one song that was their favorite. That's something I always love doing, is saying, okay, now the judges are gone, no more worrying about score sheets, no more worrying about stress or anything like that. Just go out there with your favorite one, have a good time with it. So starting off with this literary circuit is Miss Kaylee Scott.
Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales will put you in the driver's seat today. Come see our great selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Our sales professionals are ready and waiting. Come see TJ, Trey, Alec, and Britt at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, where good deals and good people meet. Visit us at 606 East Jackson Street in Dublin. Call us at 275-2010 or log on to DublinAutoSalesGA.com. Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales will put you in the driver's seat today. The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource, safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
And then Keep Your Lamps, which was the second one, was a spiritual. And then some of you may have recognized the third song, Hellfire, as being from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So the cool thing about literary is it really allows you to get into basically any genre you would like. And it's always a fun time getting to hear and work with all these different sorts of songs from different eras and genre types. We're going to go ahead and continue with our choir with this next song entitled The Water is Wide.
I Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Now comes the time where we have what I like to refer to as our senior commemoration song. We have a total of 4 seniors in our chorus this semester, one of which could not be here tonight, but I will still identify. We have Kaylee Scott, Kaden Pope, Chantel Surrey, and Kayla Keene. We've all gotten quite close to our seniors during this time, and it's going to be hard seeing y'all go. Really, really hard, and I don't suppose there's any way within the administration where we could maybe adjust the paperwork a little bit, keep them around for one more year, but they probably would not like that. I think they're ready to get their diplomas and get on to the next chapter of their lives. With this next song entitled Homeward Bound, parents, families, I definitely know that it can be hard when your children go off into college, into jobs and all that good stuff, but I just hope with this song, and also to their wonderful friends as well, both here on stage and out here in the audience, that you all would know for sure that no matter where you go, there is always home right here in Dublin, Georgia. So here is Homeward Bound. Close out tonight with our last song, actually what the program has been named for, Seasons of Love. I'd kind of like to explain that just a little bit. Very briefly, I promise, I know I get ragged on a lot by them for talking a lot, and it is true, I can tell you that. I to stick with the theme of love because over this past year, but especially just in more recent days, just with this past semester, there's been a lot of just turmoil here and there. We've seen a lot of that come and go. And I just think, I believe, that it's always never a bad time to remind folks that love is essential, that we need love now more than ever. So that's why, if you've noticed, like all of the songs the choir has done tonight has centered around that one theme of love. And we just wanted to share that message with y'all tonight. I wanted to, real quick, just say thank you to First Baptist and the crew here for allowing us to use this facility for rehearsing as well as this concert. I wanted to thank the administration at West Lawrence High School for just constantly showing us support and cheering us on from the front office, and whether it's in the small things like just a kind encouragement or stopping in and saying, hey, it just really means a lot to just have your consistent support, allowing us to continue with our program as we grow and continue on to bigger and better things. Also want to thank you all, the parents and friends of all of these lovely kiddos up here. Literally couldn't do it without y'all for sure, because if you didn't allow your kids to be in my program, then I wouldn't have a program. So thank you for allowing them to do that. And of course, thank you all right here, because without you, well, I could do nothing. Or maybe do something, but I wouldn't be as good at it or enjoy it. But that being said, I appreciate y'all very much, and thanks to our generous sponsor at Classic Florist, we are going to gift you all with a rose to show that just the amount of love that I have for each and every one of you all. Even though I may torture you with sight reading or constantly rehearsing the same song over and over again, please know I do care about each and every one of you, and I am looking forward to what the next couple of years and further than that brings. So, while we're getting those roses passed out by my lovely bride, Mrs. Boatwright, who I also could not do this job without, we want to leave you tonight with one final song entitled Seasons of Love. If you know it, feel free to sing along. Let's share the love together tonight.
We believe that the customer chooses to buy insurance from people that they trust and that they know. More importantly, that they know that they will take care of them when something happens. The thing that has helped us grow the most as an agency is without a doubt the people. It's the people inside this agency that are the heartbeat. It's the team at Curry Maffitt that forges a relationship with each and every customer that walks in our door. So I would like to reach out and say thank you. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for everything you do for this agency. But most importantly, thank you for everything you do for our customers. When I say Curry Maffitt is an agency unlike any other, it's an experience that we're trying to create for the customer that makes buying insurance one of the easiest things that they will ever do. When you have a problem, you need to know that we will be there for you, but you also need to know that we will respond to you. If you're looking for a more hands-on approach to your insurance needs, stop by and experience what we mean when we say we're an agency unlike any other.
Curry Maffitt Insurance, downtown Dublin.
Here at Stepping Stone, you are never alone. If you or someone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, please call our fully confidential crisis number at 478-595-8339.
All right, we just saw a great concert. We're here with the man himself, Mr. Boatwright, the director of the choir. Man, a great concert. Tell us the practice and the preparation that goes into something like this.
Well, something that we like to do during rehearsal is I try to break it down as much as possible because it's always hard to just throw something at these students to really and expect it to be perfect. So we just break it down little bit by little bit. We start with maybe the rhythms, just kind of the flow of the song, and then we start adding in the notes, then throw the words on it. So we just basically build it up like a cake, essentially, and we do a lot of rehearsal in class. Leading up to the concert, we do some after-school stuff, and we are fortunate, and I'm super grateful to First Baptist for the opportunity for this, to be able to rehearse in the space, and that does a lot with helping with the authenticity of the sound. It gives the students a feel for it, because I try to make it as realistic as possible.
Right. Yeah. And again, with the preparation, when you're getting prepared for a concert, and you want to pick the songs out. How are you picking the songs? You talking to the kids? You asking them? How are you picking that up?
I do like to get student input, and while we may not always go with every single choice, sure. I do like to have them listen to some songs, get some ideas, see what may strike some interest in them, maybe some that make them say, ooh, that'd be fun to do, or even some that are just like, maybe not as much. Sure. I know which ones to kind of focus more on, and then I try to build a theme around that. And sometimes, honestly, I just brainstorm, and something comes to mind, and I say, hey, what do y'all think about this? And ultimately the decision does fall to me to choose which songs to do, but I like to think that it's a very cooperative. There's a lot of give and take, and I do respect the students' feedback a lot.
Right, and now tell us about these students. Tell us about these kids. How are they, day in and day out?
Day in, day out, they're always very enthusiastic about music. Sometimes it's a little daunting for the newer ones. Sure. For coming in, because I like to do different types of warm-ups, different types of exercises in class that some of them may not have seen before. And at first it can be a little daunting, but fortunately the older students tend to be very welcoming, community-like, honestly. And even on the days when, I know that like fatigue can get to them or stress about assignments may be going on, at the end of the day, they eventually just manage to pull together something wonderful, and they've amazed me time and time again with how they've just come out of this little stress ball, and then they just wind up having a great time. And I really truly believe that music has that effect of just really bringing out the best in many situations.
Now we're going to stay on the students. We want to talk about your seniors. You mentioned it in your concert. Tell us about your 4 seniors. Tell us who they are, and just tell us about that group.
Yes, my 4 seniors this year were Kaylee Scott, Caden Pope, Chantel Surrey, and Kayla Keene, who unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight due to an emergency. But they have just really been wonderful in their participation and just their work ethic. As I said in the concert, it is going to be very hard to lose such hardworking seniors, and as a matter of fact, 3 of them, this was actually their very first semester in my choir since I've been here. So all I could think of was, why couldn't I have kept them a little bit longer?
Right.
But either way, I've just seen so much growth and so much potential for them musically, and I just really am encouraged by their work and just what they've displayed, and it's my hope that they carry that passion
Right.
into their next stage of life.
Right. We look for big things from them. Now, tell us, you have these concerts. How many concerts you having throughout the year? And tell us about this concert. How many years have you had going with this one?
So as far as formal concerts like this, we have 2 end of the semester concerts, one in December for Christmas, and then another one like tonight during the spring. This is actually about to be the end of my second year of teaching. Right. In some ways it feels like it's been longer, but 2 years going on year number 3. And it's my hope, and I may be kind of branching outside the question a little bit, but it's my hope to, for the next coming year, to really expand outward with this group, because I've been trying to focus on just different goals for each year. Year 1, really getting acquainted with the choir, starting laying down the roots of the way I would like to run the program, and of course learning along the way as a teacher. Year 2, trying to fundraise, trying to gain awareness and support from whether parents or other businesses or other parties out there. And then year 3 coming up, my plan is for us to start branching outward, maybe try performing at different community events. Next spring, I plan on taking my kids to a chorus festival to evaluate their level, to kind of see where we are as a choir, how we can grow in the future, take them to competitions, take them to, because I know there's one in Six Flags, right. And just many other things that can come, whether at churches and downtown events or stuff like that. So I'm really wanting us to get more on the map, as it were.
Mr. Burwright, you mentioned you're finishing up your second year here, wrapping up your second year. Tell us how it's been, coming into West Lawrence, just getting started. Just tell us your general overall experience. How's it been?
Admittedly, starting out, it was a little hard to get adjusted because I came in during 2020, so high season of COVID. So that was definitely a very weird way to get started with the year. But just as I became more comfortable with the surroundings, with the other administrators and faculty I work with, as well as, of course, building my rapport with my students, I've just felt a whole lot more comfortable, and I could definitely look back saying that the me from a year ago was definitely more terrified and and nervous than I am now. And I just feel like with just continuing with this job, working with these kids, and just learning new ways to adjust the program a bit to maybe add some things to it or take some things away, it's really helped me grow as a teacher, as a choir director, and just as an adult, really. I graduated in 2020, so that's why I say that. But it's been a wonderful time here at West Lawrence. Everyone's been so welcoming, and especially now that my wife and I have actually fully moved into Dublin, we just look forward to all the opportunities we'll get to have around here with our fellow friends.
Right. Well, Mr. Boatwright, we look forward to what you bring for us the years to come. We thank you for talking with us here on TV 35.
My pleasure. I'm pleased to do so.
Thank you.
I'm Thelma Zipperer. I first met Dr. K in March of 2018. In 2017, I had to quit work. I had to go on disability because of my heart condition. In March of 2018, I had gone to the hospital, to the emergency room, because I was actually in the process of having a heart attack. And you hear the term God send, but I believe that God sent Dr. K to the emergency room. I believe he was on call that day for a reason, for me. They called him, he came in, and I had changed insurance because I had to go on disability, so the insurance has changed. So one of the first things I asked him, and he may not remember this, but the first thing I asked him, I said, do y'all take my insurance? And he said, without even batting an eye, he said, we're not talking about insurance right now. I got a patient that needs me. And I'm telling you, that said bunches right there. And then where the other doctor had given up on me and sent me home basically to die, Dr. K went to work and he checked my records. I mean, I have so many heart issues, but he didn't bat an eye. He said, let's fix this. And he started fixing. When I first started seeing Dr. K, like I said, I could barely get around. And now I can do almost anything I want to do within reason. And, you know, I know that God sent Dr. K to take care of me and to give me back my life. And I was even on a diabetic medicine. I was taking 1,500 milligrams of metformin every day. And now as of about a year after I started seeing him, I'm off all my diabetes medicine, and my A1C is staying perfectly below where it has to be. I'm not just a heart patient when I come in there. I'm Thelma Zipperer. I'm a person that needs whatever he can take care of. And I believe that Dublin is so blessed to have Dr. K in this area. If not, I don't know where I would be right now, honestly. Anything that your body needs that he needs to take care of, he gets on it, and he don't stop, he don't give up on you. He says, let's fix this, and he goes to work. I would recommend anybody that even has an inkling they need a cardiologist or just want to check and make sure if they do or not, I would highly recommend that you go see Dr. K. You will be glad you did. You will, I mean, that's just who he is. He is just personable and an excellent doctor. So you can't beat that. You can't beat it.